So, since it looks like Nintendo won't release a new Mario game, I decided to rank all of the 3D Mario games easiest to hardest from Mario 64 all the way to Odyssey. Since Bowser's Fury technically, in my opinion, isn't its own game, it's more of just an expansion of 3D World, I would not be including it, but if I did include it, it would be in last place, and I will not be including any remakes slash remasters. With that being said, let's get this list started. Coming in at number 7, we have Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS. And while I do believe that some of the levels can be a bit challenging, the biggest thing that sets this apart from other 3D Mario games is that since it does have a lot of 2D attributes, you can have the ability to skip worlds. There are options in the worlds and paths that you can take to skip worlds, and also if you are having trouble with some levels, then you can go back into a previous level and just get the power-ups you want for that level and go back and complete the level. Also, another thing is that the final level in this game, S8 Crown, in my opinion, wasn't that difficult. Hell, I even beat it within the first hour of me playing it, compared to something like The Perfect Run or Champions Road. Again, it doesn't mean that the game is incredibly easy, but it is lacking in that some of the levels are pretty easy, and also the levels in the game are pretty short due to it being on a 3DS, with the whole aspect of wanting to be portable and all that. So again, while some levels can be pretty challenging, the other games on this list that are up higher do have more difficult levels. So moving on to the next. Coming in at number 6, I have Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. The big thing that sets this apart from some of the other games is that since it is fully open world, if you are having trouble with a specific moon, then no worries, you can just go explore and find another moon to complete. Also, this game I feel like was more lacking compared to some of the other 3D Mario games with its levels overall. They weren't that challenging. Now, that could be due to I have played a lot of Odyssey compared to some of the other 3D Mario games, but still, like, the final level in Darker Side, it was pretty disappointing if you compare it to other levels in 3D Mario games like The Perfect Run or Champions Road. It was just lacking in that sort of aspect. Plus, with the use of Cappy being able to capture things, again, it does give new ideas and good change compared to the other games, but it does make the game easier in that aspect. So yeah, that is why I would have to say Mario Odyssey is number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Super Mario 3D World. Now, I rank 3D World above Odyssey due to the fact that, first of all, the levels are quite substantially different, and the final level, Champions Road, is far more exciting and far more difficult than Darker Side in Odyssey. And another thing, but it does make it easy in the aspect, like, similar to 3D Land, that since it is more of a 2D game in that aspect, you can go back to previous worlds and get power-ups to help you progress through the levels if you are having trouble. Although overall, I do find the game more substantially creative with its levels and its different ideas. So overall, I would have to say 3D World is what I wished 3D Land was. Overall, with level design, the levels are longer, more complex, and overall, just more exciting. So that is why I would have to rank 3D World number 5. More middle of the ground, middle of the road is what I would have to rate it. So moving on to the next. Coming in at number 4 is actually Super Mario 64. Due to some pretty annoying mechanics that I see a lot of people complain about. First of all, the camera. The camera can be absolutely horrible in this game. Like especially during levels like what is it, the rainbow ride level. That level was extremely frustrating to get through, and the depth perception in this game is just straight up weird, especially in TikTok clock. Like, I don't know what's going on with the depth perception half the time in this game. It doesn't make sense to me a lot of the times. A lot of times where I thought I shouldn't have died, I died for some weird reason that I don't even know what happened. So yeah, Mario 64, what I don't like about it is that it gets its main difficulty from pretty annoying, sometimes downright frustrating mechanics. Although I can kind of surpass that by now because, similar to Odyssey, 64 is one of the games where I played the most compared to the other 3D Mario games. I also feel that 64 has some pretty lacking worlds as well, and some levels can be pretty annoying, like what was it, Stomp on the Thwomp in TikTok Clockstar 4. Yeah, that level was pretty damn annoying. So overall, yeah, 64, number 4, its main difficulty aspect is due to its pretty annoying mechanics. So moving on to number 3. Coming in at number 3, this might shock some of you, but I'm actually going to put Mario Galaxy 2 in number 3. Reason being is that I have heard some people say that Galaxy 1 is easier than Galaxy 2, but the only real level I remember being substantially difficult was the perfect run. The perfect run in my first attempt took me about six and a half hours, and that might not sound that bad, but it was literally like just straight up doing that level. But other than that, the levels do feel a bit more lackluster compared to some of the levels Galaxy 1 had to offer. And yeah, because the perfect run can really only take the game so far in difficulty. Like, again, why I do say it is Galaxy 2 has the better edge with quality overall with the game. Difficulty aspect, I do have to give it to Galaxy 1. So yeah, Galaxy 2, great game, but some of the levels are quite lacking compared to Galaxy 1. It does have very creative ideas, though, I will give it that. Coming in at number 2, we have Mario Galaxy 1. The reason why I rank Galaxy 1 above Galaxy 2 is due to the fact that Galaxy 1 has some more consistent, more difficult stars with all the Daredevil comets. It's pretty much all the comets that can be pretty annoying, such as Ghost Ship, Boltergeist, and Lava Spire with a timer as well. Yeah, some of the levels in Galaxy 1 can be downright frustrating at times. And I know if you played Galaxy 1 and have 100%ed it, got all the comets, you would know that some of the levels are pretty unforgiving. And some of the purple coin levels, like Beach Bowl Galaxy, I found pretty annoying. The one where you use the pulling star and the bone pin, I didn't find that one that difficult. I thought it was it wasn't that difficult. I thought it was pretty easy at first. So yeah, and another thing with Galaxy 1 is that it had the motion control sections, the motion control levels with the manta ray, the rolling ball, and the one I remember the most, Bubble Blast Galaxy. That level did take me quite a while. For the longest time, I didn't even finish that level because I just didn't have the patience for it, but I finally went back and finished it. So that is why I have to rank Galaxy 1 at number 2. Coming in at number 1, this might not be that surprising to some of you, but I have Super Mario Sunshine. Biggest reason why I rank Sunshine above on difficulty is due to the fact that it's the most consistently difficult game for me, in the fact that it has the lily pod shine that takes literal years just to attempt it, and I have to hope that I get it when I finally reach there. The pachinko machine I don't find that difficult, and there was another one. There was another level that I'm not remembering off the top of my head completely, but another thing I found pretty difficult was I like this aspect of the game, but it was pretty difficult at times. The platforming levels, those could be difficult because you actually had to plan out and time your jumps. Funny enough, though, those are some of my most favorite parts of the game, is when you don't have FLUDD. But yeah, Mario Sunshine is just the most consistently difficult for me. Also, I cannot forget the blue coins. The blue coins, the 240 blue coins that you have to collect for, like, what is it, 24 shines? Yeah, those were pretty damn annoying. The Durian mission was pretty damn annoying. Some of the blue coins were downright cryptic to find. You couldn't find these without looking them up at all, unless you were trying to spend literal years trying to just get through the game trying to find all the coins. So that is why I would have to rank Super Mario Sunshine #1 on the hardest Super Mario 3D game that we have ever gotten. But yeah, guys, with that being said, that is going to do it for my ranking on the 3D Mario games. Let me know in the comments whether you agree or disagree with my picks. What would you have changed? What would you keep the same? Also, let me know if you like this type of style of content better. I am planning on doing more videos like this where I just do ranking videos on Mario games, because there's nothing else I can talk about with Mario games, because Nintendo is never going to release a new Mario game, apparently. I guess the day that will happen is when we're all dead or something. But anyway, guys, that being said, I will see you all in the next video, hopefully. Peace out. I don't really have an outro yet, because I don't like outros. I just talk about random stuff. Yeah, bye.